Hi, I'd like to tell you about the research topic for my master's, which is titled A Cross-Cultural Neuropsychological Assessment of Dementia. I'd just like to start by breaking down that word neuropsychological. Neuropsychology is a branch of psychology which studies the brain and how it influences a person's cognition and behaviors. So, a neuropsychological assessment is used for the detection, the diagnosis, and the management of neurodegenerative diseases like dementia. Current neuropsychological assessments used here in the UK include questions such as, what is the date today? Now, if you're from rural India, where precise orientation in time conveys no particular purpose or advantage, you may not be able to answer this question. Or take, for example, the questions, can you spell the word world backwards? Or how many animals can you name that start with the letter B in 1 minute? Well, these questions are going to take you longer to answer if you're translating from your native language into your second or even your third language. So you can see how these measures can lose their ability to discriminate between dementia cases and non-cases because they are so heavily dependent on language and Western cultural influences. They can be inappropriate for the assessment of immigrant populations living in the UK because they can give falsely positive results. In Scotland, 4% of the population are from an ethnic minority background, and this is from the last census held in 2011. Predictions show that while dementia overall is going to increase twofold within the next 40 years, it is actually expected to increase sevenfold within ethnic minorities living in the UK, and this is from research from the Alzheimer's Society carried out in 2019. So the NHS need to be able to provide adequate services for this ageing immigrant population. Recent developments in neuropsychology have provided novel measures that appear to be sensitive to cognitive decline while remaining insensitive to cultural background, education, and literacy. These assessments are primarily language independent, and therefore they should give more accurate results for people being assessed in a language other than their native language. So our research used two of these novel memory assessments, the RUDIS and the Mini-ACE. These have both been successfully validated as dementia diagnosis tools in other countries using multicultural populations. So we administered both of these assessments to a sample of healthy participants living in Edinburgh over the age of 60 who were from an ethnic minority background and spoke English as either their second or in some cases even their third language. We also took measures of acculturation, education, and English language fluency. And then we compared the results on the RUDIS and the Mini-ACE to a control group of people who were similar in age and education, but who were born here in the UK and speak English as their first language. So our objective was to determine if there were any significant differences in scores on each test between both groups and whether any of the measured variables that I mentioned would affect the assessment scores. Now, our preliminary results indicate that the RUDIS is less sensitive to English language fluency and cultural background than the Mini-ACE. These assessments have never been tested in a UK sample like ours, so this is very new and exciting research. And our objective is to be able to recommend a better neuropsychological assessment suited for the diverse multicultural UK population. While initially this is pilot research in the UK, there is potential for future global applicability. Thank you.